Welcome to my channel. I'm Gary Wiriawan, and today I want to share some reasons why Micro Four Thirds camera system might not be for you. Intro. So, as some of you guys might already know, I really love Micro Four Thirds camera system. I think this camera system is very underrated. I think it is more than good enough for most people, and I think Micro Four Thirds strikes the right balance between size, weight, performance, and price. And I don't think there are many other camera formats that are like Micro Four Thirds. However, I personally believe that Micro Four Thirds is not for everyone. There's no such thing as one size fits all camera system, and Micro Four Thirds is no exception. As much as I love Micro Four Thirds, and even though I always recommend people to use Micro Four Thirds camera system because I believe that it's more than good enough for almost everybody, there are always some groups of people who I personally think won't really benefit from using Micro Four Thirds camera system. So with this video, I want to be as objective as I can about my feeling towards Micro Four Thirds camera system, and hopefully I can stay true to the information that I will share on my channel. Anyway, now let's start with the first reason of why Micro Four Thirds might not be for you. First reason why Micro Four Thirds might not be for you is that if you require the best of the best when it comes to specification. Again, I think Micro Four Thirds is more than good enough for everyone. I think the image quality is more than fine, and even some of my best shots were taken using Micro Four Thirds cameras. However, if you are a photographer who are working on a very specific photography genre, or if you are working on a very niche photography project and you require a very specific set of features out of a camera, then maybe Micro Four Thirds may not be for you. Or if you're a photographer who requires the most megapixel, the largest sensor, the best autofocus, or the best performance out of a camera, then I think Micro Four Thirds is not for you. The point of having a Micro Four Thirds camera system is to have something that is slightly smaller, slightly lighter, but still packs good enough image quality, reasonable performance, and reasonable price. Usually with the best of the best camera system, which are usually full frame cameras. They will be large and heavy, and they're geared more toward professional. Micro Four Thirds is not really geared toward that kind of market, although you can use Micro Four Thirds for professional kind of works, no doubt. Second reason why Micro Four Thirds might not be for you is if you require the maximum amount of background blur or bokeh. No. I'm not saying that you cannot create a beautiful picture with great amount of background blur or bokeh with Micro Four Thirds camera system. You can definitely do that. There are lots of lenses in Micro Four Thirds catalog that features large aperture, and they can produce great background blur or bokeh, and you can definitely use Micro Four Thirds for that purpose. But what I'm saying is that if you require the most amount of bokeh, the most amount of background blur, I think Micro Four Thirds, although it can give you that result, is not the optimum choice for that. The reason is because Micro Four Thirds camera system features a slightly smaller sensor when compared to full frame cameras or APS-C cameras. So that's just physics. You cannot really tweak that unless you have a lens with a really large aperture and really long telephoto focal length, then you can definitely blur the background more. But then again, it's not the most efficient way for getting the most amount of background blur. Last but not least, the reason why Micro Four Thirds might not be for you is that if you require the best low light performance out of your camera. Again, I'm not saying that Micro Four Thirds cannot do low light photography. Quite the contrary, I think Micro Four Thirds performs really well even in low light situation and even in high ISO. Maybe not as good as some other camera formats, but I'm quite happy with the results taken using my Micro Four Thirds cameras, and I think the low light performance of Micro Four Thirds is more than good enough for most people. However, I believe that there are some people who do low light photography more often. Maybe they do evening photography quite more often than most of us. Maybe they're into astrophotography or that kind of stuff, and low light performance really matter for them. And for that kind of situation, I think Micro Four Thirds might not be the answer. When it comes to low light photography, it's more than just about the sensor size. Over here, for example, I have this Leica M8.2, which has a larger sensor compared to Micro Four Thirds. The Leica features an APS-H sensor, so it's between full frame and APS-C. So many people think that with the larger sensor, the low light performance should be better compared to Micro Four Thirds. But the reality is that this camera performs worse compared to Micro Four Thirds in lower light condition and in high ISO. So yeah, sensor size isn't everything. What matters more, I think, is the technology. As of right now, the development for Micro Four Thirds processing technology is somewhat limited, so we cannot really get that cleaner image with higher ISO and in lower light situation compared to what we have right now. So some other camera systems have caught up in that technology, and they have some better processing power being implemented into their cameras. And yeah, that's not to say that in the future Micro Four Thirds can finally catch up with them. For example, right now I have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is currently recording this video right now. You are looking at me through that camera, and this camera actually has a really nice low light performance. I think it has really great technology when it comes to shooting in low light. And the thing is, this camera features 1-inch sensor, much smaller compared to what Micro Four Thirds have right here. Again, sensor size isn't everything. Technology matters more in lower light situation, and hopefully in the future we'll get better technology for low light situation for Micro Four Thirds camera system. And that wraps up today's video. So those are all my reasons why Micro Four Thirds might not be for you. Again, I want to try to stay as objective as I can when it comes to my love for Micro Four Thirds, and hopefully the information in this video has been helpful, entertaining, informative. And yeah, please comment down below. Let's have a little bit of a discussion. What camera formats that you are using right now, and why do you think it's not for everyone? Also, if you have any question, please comment down below as well, and I will try my best to answer them. Don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my channel even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description, or use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Goodbye.